Back in the 1990s, I worked for a company called, and one of the projects that I worked on was to try to understand the nature of real estate leads. Like, how many do we actually convert when leads come in? Now, we're in a different business here, but it's still relatable. We worked with three of our franchise companies, and we gathered up all of their leads for the last 12 months. So everybody that called those real estate companies in the last 12 months. And we took those leads and gave them to a telemarketing firm who called every one of them and surveyed them. And the survey was, did you buy a house? How did you choose the real estate agent that you chose? But here were the key questions. How many agents did you call? Okay, so how many real estate companies did you call while you were shopping? And then how many real estate agents did you ride in the car with while you were shopping? If you go back, you've been at this for months now, how many? So here was the way it broke down. We'll do a little pie chart here. About a third bought a house, okay? So somebody made money. About a third were still sitting there waiting, hadn't done anything. And so we'll say no, and about a third, the phone number was no longer in service. So a whole lot of those were actually here, but we couldn't confirm it. So at least a third of the people had bought a house. You know how many bought it from the real estate company whose lead list I was calling from? 2.5%. So we said, shit, we actually had you on a lead list. You called the company, and then you went out and bought from somebody else. Well, how many real estate people how many companies did you call? You see a yard sign, you call, what's the price? You see an open house, you pull in. You see a sign at the movie theaters, oh, that looks like a nice real estate agent, you call them, whatever, right? You call on a listing on the internet and you go look at houses. How many did you call? Average answer was 8. All right, so in this area, we've got Allen Tate, Keller Williams, Remax, Century 21, Coldwell Banker, EXP, Berkshire. There's got to be somebody else. 8 is everybody is my point, right? 8 is everybody. So you call everybody. They called everybody. The average answer was 8. Wow. So they called everybody. So what do they think is going on? Well, the real estate agents are all real nice. They're all, they advertise phone numbers on every listing, and I'm spending all this time browsing and shopping. Let me just call. So the good news is that everybody has the lead list. The bad news is there's only one lead list and everybody has it because they call everybody. All right, so we have a published list as a real estate company of everybody who's doing this business. That's the nature of the beast. How many did they ride in the car with? Anybody want to guess?
8.
8? Close. 4. Right in the middle. So they rode with 4. And we asked them, so you rode in the car with 4 agents. So imagine that. Imagine those agents are driving them around all Saturday, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. Following Sunday, 3, 4, 5 hours again. They bought a house from somebody else. Why? We asked them why. How did you choose, if you called 8 and rode with 4, how did you choose who you were going to work with? Number one answer, whoever I was working with when I was ready to buy.
That's right.
Timing. Whoever I was working with. So what it shows you here is there's a timeline where they're shopping, now they're really shopping, and then they're buying. And it might be that the really shopping is actually closer to up here, right? And so they call 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 real estate companies. They ride in the car with 1, 2, 3, 4. Guess who gets the deal? This one, right? Or this one if they stayed in touch.
That's right.
That's it. All right, we put a program in place when we discovered this. Said, holy cow, all we've got to do is be one of the 8, which we're going to be, and then make sure that we keep leapfrogging over everybody else, and no matter when they actually mature and ripen, that we're right there ready to pick the fruit, right? And we increased the conversion rate like 5 times. So we ended up the following year, put a program in place, put some technology in place, and you know what it was? It was a letter every month, like this is it. So communicate. Monthly, with something in the email box or in the mailbox. And then, however often you want, quarterly, what's up, how you doing? Just checking in. You can be getting my mailings, right? Now, the kind of things that real estate agents do. Market reports that we talked about, so market updates. They will say, it's time to fall back, the clocks are changing. Like it's this minor, tiny little thing of value. They do it, and actually it works. All right, there's, hey, happy holidays. I just sold a piece of real estate. If you have anybody that you can like to. The point is that every single person that's in your list, they live somewhere. They may want to do a transaction personally. They may want to do an investment transaction. And if every one of them knows 100 people also, was that 10,000? 100 times 100? Hey Siri, what's 100 times 100?
10,000.
100 times 100 is 10,000.
I can do math. 10,000 people that you are 2 steps away from.